What do I need for you guys to become a client of ours?
This is a bit of a turning point, potentially, for Rupert. And it's an hour's time, which is bloody scary. We've had our first ever churn.
A really, really good step forward in what we want to do. So, yeah, super impressed, mate.
If we can break even this month, it'd be a bloody miracle. Just clicks. And this will be one of those moments.
This is my boss James, this is me, and this is the social media assistant platform we've built called Rupert. Now, we're on a mission to get Rupert to 1,000 users by the end of 2025. But enough talking, let's get into it.
It's Monday. It's the week after Ibiza Super Summit from Agent the Hackers. We've got a lot to catch up on. Some really positive stuff, and I believe this week is going to be a week where stuff starts coming together. It's very cool. Big opportunities that are hopefully going to close. One, the biggest on Wednesday, which will be our biggest client today, which will take our recurring revenue to about 10-ish grand, which will be a huge achievement. Yeah, very, very, very exciting. But before I tell you about this, we'll send my daughter to school, because I'm not in Ibiza anymore. Back to normal life.
Right, let's jump on with Tim.
Once upon a time, Rupert had this nightly sync, which every night went to go and collect all of the historic responses from Meta, from wherever, to check that nothing had been missed.
Correct.
Okay. It hasn't been working since the wartime we've had it. We've now got it to the stage where it's working absolutely fine, but for a number of accounts, we're now seeing errors like this. Failed when getting legacy data for, and then it names a page. I wanted to go through the organizations and disable anything that's not a real organization. First thing is, let's get rid of the dead accounts.
Yeah.
We'll get everything cleaned up and then off we go.
Amazing. We've moved devs over, and what we've realised is last week, what we were doing is we were doing a spreadsheet, a database for each social media platform, which is fine, but actually when you get to a certain size of scale, which we're sort of hitting now, because we've got so many clients using Rupert, which is fantastic. But when you're running a query against each different database, you're asking the system to do a lot in a very quick succession. Merge those all into one database. It's not 5 or 6 like we were doing, which is great. So it's actually going to speed things up as well, because Rupert recently has just gone a little bit slower, not a huge amount, just a touch in terms of where we need to scale this, and some of the brands that we're having discussions with at the moment, I can't risk having them come on board and Rupert being slow. Obviously we had a really good foundation from Rob and the team at Pragmatic. Now we're just building on that foundation, which is fantastic. Yeah, so we've got a lot going on this week. I've got an amazing opportunity on Wednesday with a communications business. I want to use Rupert for their clients, and it's going to be an amazing revenue generator for us. So I want to get that over the line. I've got another few opportunities like HelpBnk are signing up and then hopefully connecting their accounts today. Lucas has already texted me, get that done. I'm also need to follow up on HelpBnk now because of the actually using Rupert for their own community. Again, that could be an amazing money generator and a really good client, which is cool. A lot of dev work's going on this week. I think I mentioned that earlier around just getting the platform a little bit quicker. Now Tim's in control. It's brilliant because I can sort of come off it completely, which is great. So yeah, all in all, just got a lot on of BD, of business development this week. I also want to check an account. I think they've stopped using it. They have. Oh no, we've had our first ever churn. 55 comments over 3 months, 200 a year. It's not a lot, is it? Not ideal. It's taken over 1.5 years to churn. Just one client, so I'll take that. I've just had a voice note on LinkedIn from a customer, Rupert. The company in question is Nature Wall, who've been using Rupert for some time now, but one of the features that I overlook a lot of the time is actually the safeguarding the brand when customers don't have a good experience with that company. They go online and start ranting and raving. Although that's amazing, the Rupert quarantines it. From a value perspective, I actually value the sales opportunities more than I do the safeguarding. But actually, Vincent has just sent me a voice note saying that actually they value that side of the business more than they do the sales opportunities. So they use Rupert really from a safeguarding aspect. But he's seen our video on LinkedIn and thought that that'd be some really good feedback for us, which is amazing. What a good guy. Didn't have to do that, but means a lot. And actually what is really interesting, obviously being away this last week and speaking to other agency owners, is a lot of people have seen our content online. Like one guy came over and said, oh, really enjoyed the cold calling video, it's sort of a little bit funny seeing someone go and do that. And yeah, so it does prove that actually the content we're putting out there is affecting people and it's engaging people, and they're enjoying it. One of the other pieces of feedback we've had is that it's very honest, and it's, well, yeah, I'm not sat on a yacht, I know that. So yeah, there you go, a bit of feedback. And I do videos with bread, just randomly there. Why have I got 2 loaves of bread on the side? I have no idea. So I've just had an email from HelpBnk. Can Rupert plug into their community and help their team manage their comments within their community, because they get a lot. So after our call last week, which I did when I was in Ibiza, Phoebe, part of the technical team, has just emailed me with their tech stack and what APIs they can use and which ones they can't use. I'm interested to see how we now get a team involved from a CTO perspective and see how we can align the dots so that actually they can use Rupert to plug into their own community and get different team members within HelpBnk then responding to those comments to become a real community and increase that engagement, which is obviously what HelpBnk are all about. I'm happy that this has come through because I did actually ponder on if Phoebe was going to follow up with this, but she has, to her credit. Busy day today. Just had another referral through, this time from Claire at Triomeda. Claire's just introduced me to someone at Fresh, do student accommodation, and Rachel, the head of marketing, and they've been discussing comment moderation, and obviously Claire thought of us and me and has just CC'd me an email. So again, power of network. Although I moan about networking, if you're in the right rooms, you can definitely get some value from it. I have to have an espresso, I think. I've got to be critical after that. Does anyone else have this issue? My toilet in my ensuite makes a noise because the water keeps running. Now, I've got friends that are plumbers, like actual friends of mine. I saw him yesterday when I was picking equipment for school. Any chance to come around and sort it out? Yeah, I'll come around. Great. And now I've come back from Spain, it seems to be even more. And I've texted him, he's not responded, and he's annoying. On the 15th of October, we are at the Social Media Marketing Awards on a boat on the Thames. And I've got 4 tickets, so I'm going to take one, Mug's going to take one. We need to invite 2 clients. I'd like to be a client, someone who's already using Rupert, someone like who's a massive advocate of us, really. But what I'm going to do on the boat is I'm going to do an activation piece. What activation do you think, James? Here's one. Rather than do like a big 5-metre one, I want like a smaller type thing. I want to speak to Mark at Coral Colour and see what he thinks. So I'm going to call him now and book in a meeting for Thursday and run through options. It might be we do like a smaller version maybe.
The person you're trying to reach is not available.
It's 8:15. It's an hour and 15 minutes before my call with the big communications company, the CFO, as well as the operations director. This is a bit of a turning point potentially for Rupert because the revenue that's going to be brought in from this particular client is huge. They could eclipse what anyone's paying so far. It's going to boost revenue, so we'll pretty much be breaking even. My plan was to do that by the end of the year. If I did that by October, I'd be chuffed more than anything at all. What I think it's also going to do is it's going to validate, for me, that actually we can be going after these bigger clients with actual decent budgets who actually value their branding online. And yeah, really big day today. And it's an hour's time, which is bloody scary. If we can break even this month, it'd be a bloody miracle. But this is SaaS, you go through 10 months, 2 years, sometimes even longer hardships, and then it just clicks. And this will be one of those moments. It really will. Rather than prepare. So I'm putting the pricing together for this new opportunity, and I'm actually really excited. What we're offering this business is going to be incredible, and it's going to help them so much. This call is literally a make or break. This is a pivotal moment in Rupert's life. It's really cool, but also very scary in the same time. That's sort of Rupert from a sort of a usability perspective.
It's super impressive, and I think you hit the nail on the head there for me. I think the only kind of hurdle we might have to this is the trust issue. If this responded in a non-sensitive way to a post, we upset a client, we could potentially lose a huge client as a result of this. And then obviously the big change culture. Other than those 2 things for me, I think this looks absolutely brilliant. If you've got like a bit of a deck of kind of existing clients who are using it, that sort of piece that we could maybe review and take to our board, and then what your pricing model looks like.
So I can provide it to you. I always like to end these with, what do I need to see for you guys to become a client of ours?
A little bit of time for us to just think about some of the sensitivities around it, come up with a really full strategy for onboarding. Ideally a trial, and then we just need to put it in front of the right eyes and kind of explain it in the right way.
I think you've definitely got a backing from me and Joe, and we get the rest of the business on board with this. This is definitely a really, really good step forward in what we want to do. So yeah, super impressed, mate.
Amazing. All right, guys, I'll send that over, and we'll speak shortly.
Have a good day, mate.
Take care. Cheers, guys. That was brilliant. I think I'm going to go for it. Could be a game changer for us, this one. Chuffed. We've got our first influencer from Ideas Fest who's actually replied to me, and it's none other than Lottie from MyoMaster.
I actually do need this. This is the best sales pitch because it's like so on point for me right now.
Hi James, introducing you to our head of ops, Sam. These guys have built a really cool tool for moderating comments and shutting them down if negative before they go live. Perfect. I'm going to reply to Sam and I'm going to get them to do a free trial, and I am going to get them to use Rupert. That is my goal. I also had a YouTube agency who I met in Ibiza who's come back to me asking for the link so they can try Rupert. This has been a tough year and a half, can't lie. It's all documented, it's all on YouTube. It's been really tough, but I think we're getting there. Phoebe sent through an email to us yesterday. This was around potentially us actually connecting into HelpBank's community. Oh. There's clearly an opportunity there. They've got money, they're backed. Really, it'll be down to you to ask Phoebe some questions, really.
Let's get a call booked in and go, Phoebe, what is he actually trying to do? Where is this?
So we had a few teething problems yesterday, migrating over to the new developers. Basically some issues with TikTok and YouTube for some reason, and I'm now just testing to see if they work okay. So YouTube's okay, but TikTok... TikTok's not working. It's not a massive issue, it's just because the URL and the redirect wasn't working, so it's just a small issue. But it's not working.
James then caught up with Adam to tighten up our sales deck before he sends it over to the communication company from earlier and discuss what opportunities like this could mean for us going forward.
You can get into these little communities of people like social media mums and all this. She said, if this does what you say it does, you'll fly. I just need the fundamentals to work, because what I don't want to do is do all this hard work. We then get put into a group with a load of mums, 50, 100, 200 people try it in a day, and it all falls over. I said, they'll never come back, mate, for the best will in the world. They won't. It's Friday. And I'm in the office today. Oh, got this. So shout out to Ryan from Friday Solved. Got your book. I hope it's signed, Ryan. If it's not, disappointing. I'm on my way now to my meeting with Mark from Coral Colour to see what they can do when it comes to my activation piece at the Social Day award ceremony. Now, I'm a little bit concerned about the award ceremony actually, because it's only 2 weeks away. I've got a few tickets that I need people to come to me with, but also I don't think they've got much branding of us there, and obviously I've spent quite a bit of money for this year, so I need to catch up with Katie actually today just to run through that. Michael's back next week, which I can't bloody wait for. Michael, you've got a lot of editing to do, my friend.
Here's me thinking you were just excited to see me. There you go.
Got an idea. Oh no, not my house. The last few weeks I've spoken to a lot of different people about a lot of different things. Partnerships, getting into their communities, people like Mum Who Build. I need to follow up on them all. Again, what I'm doing, which is, I've got to be honest with myself, is that I'm being a bit scattergun again. I'm doing a lot of things all the time, whereas I'm not concentrating as much as I should be. So, right, let's go to meet Mark. This is my 2.5-year-old son's hat that fits my little head. I didn't film a lot this week, and as it's Sunday, I haven't done one of these for a while in terms of like a bit of a end of week, where are we, how are we getting on. It's alright this week actually. A few dev issues again which have appeared. I knew changing dev houses, I knew there's going to be some complications. I didn't think there'd be as many as, it's not been tons, but I was hoping for 1 or 2, not 4 or 5. And I understand the thought process around scaling and I get it, but it's not really ideal for me. So that's been frustrating. Some really positive though is I've just had an email from Grace Andrews. She has responded to me on LinkedIn saying, I'd love to give it a try. How do I do it? So sent her the details. As always, let's see if she does do it. HelpBnk will start their free trial and we'll look at their data tomorrow when I'm blog on. Specsavers, Tangerine Comms, they're happy with the proposal. Something I did do on Friday, which I didn't film because I was in the office. I was redoing the deck slightly, sales deck and pitch deck, decided just to tweak it slightly. So I spent a couple hours with Katie just refining it and more actually just telling the story rather than things like just have a logo, have the logo and then, some data around why it's really useful for them, why the tool and why Rupert is helping them. So did that on Friday. Katie's refining it tomorrow. So that'll be good to go. Website needs redoing again, but it's not a conversation for today. And all in all, just a decent little week actually, not too bad. Plan is to sort of now to the end of the year just get some of these larger customers on board and then understand my metrics, and then as of January start recruiting for BDM and BDM roles, bums on seats, fire emails, pure sales. The prices are going to go up at some stage. When that is TBC. It'll probably go up when we redo Stripe, because we've got some issues with Stripe at the moment. So there you go, there's my very cold and dark end of week review. Michael, welcome back from Vietnam. Can you start editing please as soon as possible?